know it. It's me and Cresta here, talking some Smackdown tonight. We had a returning Zack Ryder. We've got a long-standing beef to talk about with Charlotte and Rhea. We've got so much to get into with this episode of Smackdown. Boy, am I having fun watching Ilya Dragunov wrestle, but we have so much to discuss. Get in your super chats, get in your humper chats. It is November 14th. My goodness. Thanksgiving just around the corner over here. But joining me delightfully is the wonderful, the beautiful Cresta. We're so excited to have you here, Cresta. She's dancing right now. If you're listening in audio form, you're missing out. You got to see Cresta brings looks. She brings energy. She brings dances. Cresta, how you doing tonight?
You know, sports entertainment is such a good form of therapy. And after the events of last night, there's no way that today could be worse. And then this Trixie, Fightful.com, the best $5.99 in the business, announced that Smackdown will be going to 3 hours come January. I don't know what I've done to deserve this, but you know what? I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I had a time watching wrestling. How are you, Kate?
I am doing well. That actually was WrestleVotes who broke that news, who will be joining us in December. So almost us broke that news, but yeah, we are moving back to 3 hours come early 2026. I'm hoping there's a significant upgrade in programming because it will be Royal Rumble season, but man, I've never ever felt like 3 hours was the optimal amount of time for a show. SmackDown has already felt like it's on life support. We got some stuff today. We had some stars turning up. We had the big Zack Ryder return. But even so, the pacing of the show, some stuff that just makes no damn sense around here. Lots to get into, but my reaction was the same as yours of, man, we also watched through the lens of, oh, great, we're going to start a post show at 11 p.m. on a Friday. But on top of that, it just feels very, very unnecessary. I hope it's an expansion back to more women's and tag wrestling, because what I will say that much, when it was 3 hours this last go around, we got more tag matches and we got more women's matches, which that I appreciated about it. But we got this whole episode of SmackDown to talk. We'll talk about it going to 3 hours. We'll remind you to subscribe to Fightful Select because, man, Cresta referenced it with TNA. We had some scoop skis back. They were about Joe Hendry officially being under WWE contract. We had some debunkathon information involving Mike Santana today, who inexplicably, I think is the kindest way I can put it, dropped the title to Frankie Kazarian. And then their PR team made the decision to try and feed bogus news to several outlets. Sean did not take that bait, but he did include in the debunkathon that the news, the rumors, whatever, that Mike Santana was not answering phone calls, was planning on no showing tonight. All of these things was not true. It was an angle. And Cresta, I'll let you speak to this, but some of my very favorite people in the whole wide world are recovering addicts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very thankful they're recovering addicts, because if they weren't in recovery, they would be active. And I saw a lot of people saying they felt like it was really, really distasteful to do a "we can't get a hold of him" angle when he's been very vocal about his recovery, reaching 1,000 days sobriety. We love that for him.
Mm-hmm.
But on top of what I find distasteful and a lot of other people found distasteful aside, what the hell are they doing over in TNA land? Because it was in our news zeitgeist, and because Sean stopped on yesterday's show, this has been a hot topic, and you've been covering TNA for quite a bit.
Here's my 2 cents on the first part. So it's not like TNA hasn't covered Mike Santana's sobriety and tempting him with alcohol before. They've covered it completely tasteful. I would say to those people, and even you, Kate, to watch the vignettes where they talk about his sobriety, especially when Ali and Order 4 were trying to tempt him with drink. It was way worse than that. So let me say this is not it. But I think for the most part, TNA has been incredibly tasteful about this. I don't think that was the intention. it might have alluded to that, but I think in the grand scheme of things, TNA has been incredibly tasteful about that.
Sure, I
think,
reason people are a little bit more grossed out by this was delivered to news sites as like in an official capacity from officials. This was not like in character stuff. So I think that's the I make of it being kind of gross, but this is a wide open topic to feel however you feel 100% with that. But
no, that's fair. I don't know the whole situation, so I assumed it was filmed like an angle or something like that. I would have to watch it. I'm gonna be honest with you because I don't want to make an uneducated decision because I know how these wrestling fans give it up.
This is the problem. There's not anything to watch. It was like it was news that was handed over. Like Mike Santana's not responding to texts. He's not coming to the show tonight. So it's not, unfortunately, like it's not anything to even watch and interpret. It was just kind of what they had put out there in the zeitgeist. I think the fact that it came from higher ups and not characters is where I have an issue with it, but I wish it was something to watch. At least you would have it on a facade, kind of like you said there. But
that's fair too. I mean, I wouldn't come to work if I won the title, was off for 30 days, and came to work to lose. I think I might call out and work the next day too.
How did you feel about the title loss? I know like there's a lot of people now speculating like, well, is Mike Santana's contract up soon? Is he gone? Because why else would you do this? After what we heard, it kind of feels like they might be leaning towards some sort of heel turn. But you've spoken extensively before about how they kind of missed the boat with Joe Hendry. They waited so long to pull the trigger on him. Kind of feels like that happened again.
So in kayfabe, and I'm trying to zoom out to be as objective as possible, I can understand why you would do it that way. You essentially protect Santana because he got dizzy jumped. Oh, that sounded horrible. He got super jumped. And he didn't lose. His arm broke. In a non-kayfabe, I'm happy for Frankie Kazarian because this is the one title you haven't won. And I saw a post on X where they said everyone in, I don't know if it was Alpha Team, Bobby Roode, him, Storm, now all of them have been TNA champion. So I'm like, okay, I like that. However, it comes at the cost of Mike Santana. With the parallels between him and Joe Hendry being, you built this guy, you're saying this is the guy is over like Rover, and given the opportunity to push him and do something with it, you do this. Somebody said in our chat last night, and I hate that I feel this is kind of true. Not sometimes, TNA was doing the damn thing, wrestling and story-wise back 2020, 2021, 2022. They were really out there doing the thing, and it didn't get them recognized. You know what did get them recognized? LOL TNA twice. Trended all day yesterday. It trended right after Slammiversary too. So either at this point you're living the gimmick, brother, or there is a moment but no follow through, and that booking sounds incredibly WWE familiar. So I don't know. It sucks for Santana, but to speak to his contract, I don't know. But I heard, and this is not me reporting, guys. I'm a jabroni, okay? But I heard that his contract is coming up. I mean, there's a month on it. And considering that all of your main events, 90% of your main event scene in TNA has now gone to NXT, you knew what this was. You knew this was going to happen. Everyone said this was going to happen. I'm mentally prepared for it. You know what I mean? After what you did at Slammiversary,
you got immune. You're immune to this at this point.
I can't hate watch it. You know what I mean? I just gotta laugh because if I don't laugh, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, I understand. And look, the NXT men's division is thin. Like that division needs help. So I wouldn't be stunned. Happy for Santana. To if that's the move that he makes to be in that position. I had also heard, and again, not a report, the same about Santana end of the year was what I had heard too. Not reports, but if something makes it to us, Sean will usually have confirmation or denial on something because we are not the scoopsters. We are generational yappers, as Cresta's tag says there. But we're gonna talk about one hometown guy to someone that I thought, if he was gonna debut, was gonna be in his hometown of New York. We're gonna talk some woo with Mr. Zack Ryder Cardona Matt here. Tim McFowle saying money's for the 2 women power trip. Love to see Cresta on all the shows, but can we let her watch some good wrestling? Julia last week, Santana last night. I don't watch SmackDown, but it's WWE, so I'm assuming it was woo bad.
That's
good and bad. Good and bad. The pacing is rough, I gotta say. Greg Cherry saying hello to 2 lovely ladies of my favorite Friday night show. Going to Pittsburgh tomorrow to watch a real football team play. Oh, go Irish. I see what you did there, because the Steelers can't decide whether they're a good team or not. And then Jersey next weekend for Full Gear Love Yins. Well, I'll see you at Full Gear. Cresta, will I see you at Full Gear? Maybe.
I didn't ask. I was being lazy. Okay. I don't know. And plus, I'm about to have surgery, so I don't know. I might be cripple star. So that's true. I don't know.
Maybe you'll answer an open challenge. We don't know.
Listen, I might run down. Okay, don't take
it. You're gonna take Mercedes has enough belts. Let's give one to Cresta, right? Come on now. The CEO dance. Taylor Gannon saying, hello, a wonderful Kate and corporate Cresta. Hope you awesome folks are doing well. I am not a fan of SmackDown going back to 3 hours. Just why? My hope is that it is for Royal Rumble season, like that they want to expand their programming. What's interesting about it going back to 3 hours is a lot of this Royal Rumble build is being built on a European tour. And I'm like, 3 hours doesn't necessarily mean everybody's going to be watching at 11 at night. This might mean that they're watching from 1 to 4 p.m. instead. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of that stretch is. So I'm intrigued to see how that plays out. I feel like I didn't like Raw at 3 hours. I don't want SmackDown at 3 hours. The thing with SmackDown is it's felt like it's on life support already. The only thing that I'm optimistic about Cresta is that it is like at the beginning of the more exciting season of WWE programming, essentially. How are you feeling about that? I know you opened the show saying that you're not thrilled, but do you think they're going to be able to entice you into some 3 hour programming?
It's possible. So hear me out. I'm a sicko. Love AEW. Sometimes AEW is a full double shift of work before you know you've been watching wrestling for 12 hours. If the wrestling is good, 3 hours can and will fly by. If you're an Attitude Era kid, Monday Night Raw, the end came too soon. If it's good, 3 hours is fine. However, yikes. I mean,
3 hours of what we got tonight, that's going to be an uphill climb, I think.
I don't know what you could put for another hour in that. What would you put? I was happy when it ended when it did, but what would you put for another hour? Well,
another half hour of Jade
Vision stuff?
Eating? Like, I don't know.
Maybe Ilya Dragunov and Axiom would have got an entrance. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that in a second. But right now, the people want to talk about Zack Ryder. Let's get to some of these chats. MJ Johnson saying, hi, Kate. Hi, Cresta. So Wes Lee is now Desmond Xavier, and Matt Cardona is now Zack Ryder. What the F is happening? Also, poor Santana, but also LOL TNA.
Life for a life. That's what happened.
It's the circle of life. Official Blaming saying, didn't Cardona say he would never return as Zack Ryder?
Hold on.
A lot of people.
I thought the same thing too. I was like, who knows necromancy over at the Federation? Because Matt Cardona said this. He was literally on NXT as Matt Cardona. Who the is Zack Ryder?
Legit was going to be the point that I bring up. Ricardo also saying, hello, Miss Cresta and Queen Kate. So Zack Ryder. Here's the thing about this. It's a little early in the show for a rant, but here we are. Because, however, I don't care what methodology you choose. Pick a damn way of doing things and stick to it. I feel that way across all of wrestling. AEW, managers can trade talent. We've seen it happen once. It should happen all the time. I also mean that in things like talent names. We have had every variation of things in the TNA NXT relationship. Like, we have had people show up under their TNA names. We've had people show up under their independent names. We've had people show up in their former name and gimmick. And Matt Cardona showed up with Team TNA in the Invasion angle as Matt Cardona on NXT programming. And he comes to the main roster. He doesn't have like the radio theme. So why are we doing this? Why is he Zack Ryder instead of Matt Cardona? Maddening to me. Hate that.
Let me corporate Cresta here. You see
please.
but IP. And if I have the IP, you can't do anything silly. So thank you. Already signed. Thank you. Intellectual property. Thank you. You signed.
The thing is, you're right, because Matt Cardona probably has trademarks and licenses like crazy.
He's smart.
He's so smart. Name. He's such a smart dude with that kind of stuff. But he himself said, I'm never coming back to WWE as Zack Ryder. I'm coming back as Matt Cardona. John Cena called him Matt Cardona on programming a couple of weeks ago, giving him the shout out. Like, that kind of stuff drives me nuts. And why can he appear on NXT as Matt Cardona, but not on the main roster as Matt Cardona? That's the same IP. Now, I will say, immediately, 3 shirt designs went up for Zack Ryder. A woo-woo-woo one, Broski of the Week. They found the old PNGs from like 8 years ago, and they threw them on a t-shirt. So maybe that has to do with it, but that kind of stuff drives me nuts. Like, pick a methodology and stick to it, because it's tough enough watching NXT and main roster when somebody's a heel one day and a face the next, like completely different people. Now they got different names as far as being completely different people. Seems silly to me.
No, I agree. It just always boils down to money. And to quote T-Pain, obviously he lied. How many wrestlers said they retired and came back? A bunch of times.
I'm never surprised when a wrestler lies about something.
And even if this isn't a lie and he was dead ass about it,
get the old beat. My big thing is, like, if you're returning as Zack Ryder, you got to come back with the radio.
I want the one he has now, When the Lights Go Down. That's my song. I love that song, unironically.
I want radio. It's Downstate. It's the people that did Cody's theme. I think they have their number. They could have worked something out. Come on.
Indy Hartwell's theme too. So shout out to Downstate.
Big Jim saying, hey, Miss Kate, our OTK. It's my birthday tomorrow. Well, happy damn birthday. As a Scorpio, it's important that I tell the world. Also, welcome back, Corporate Cresta. We love her around here, but she's already bringing up IPs.
Listen, as Corporate Cresta, I want you guys to know that don't sign anything before you read it.
You know what? That's just good life advice. But Official Flaming, this wasn't a super chat, and he kindly sent in a super chat echoing the same thing. So thank you for that. But I was going to bring this up. He says, SRS best have a good reason why Zack Ryder was back. Matt said in many interviews that Ryder is dead and would never. This is not Sean's fault.
It'll somehow be Sean's fault.
Man's getting blamed for everything this week. Oh, you shouldn't have reported the TNA news before they had a chance to execute the angle. They fed him fake news. What's he supposed to do with that? Come on, people. I can't even say Nikki Bella should get some more wins before getting a title shot without getting roasted by Diva stands.
Yeah.
Give the man a break.
Yeah.
Let's keep chatting. Anthony Velasquez saying, what was the point of suspending Drew last week if he was just going to come back the following week? So I don't know the time frame on this. If he was supposed to go film, his co-star tore an Achilles. I found that out. Henry Cavill.
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
He tore his Achilles. So I don't know if that happened in that time frame, but if it did, that would change his schedule entirely, because you can't do anything with a torn Achilles. Indefinite suspensions lasting a week is pure silliness.
Classic.
Pure silliness. Greg Cherry saying I spilled my water. Damn it, Sean. Like, honestly, I love blaming Sean for things, but the internet needs to calm down. You know what I mean?
I didn't get that job. I blame Sean.
That's it. That's it. Oh, I spilled my toothpaste off my toothbrush. Sean's fault. Fedor was saying the women's blood and guts turned Lash into a sicko. Lash being his girlfriend, who he says resembles Lash Legend because she is a strong, beautiful woman. Somehow she doesn't care for Willow, but had a lot to say about Sky Blue. Top me out. Well, she needs to see more Willow or you need to break up with her. That's extremely suspicious.
Insane. Listen, we're going to agree to disagree, but you only get one. You only get one. I'll let you have that. Because everyone has one that they're like, ugh. You're like, wait a minute. For me, it's The Miz, but everyone loves The Miz, not me. So everyone gets one.
We get to talk about him in a second, but because we had a discussion last week about heels and faces and the confusions of the roles, and something happened in that match today that I feel like justified our point. But let's talk about Zack Ryder first, because that is what is lighting up the chat today. LA Knight gets the win here with the blunt force trauma. He powers out of a Hurricane Rana attempt with a big power palm in this. We get a couple of Rough Riders, one for a very close near fall. He looks just fine in this. They won the crowd over eventually. It took a long time. My thing with this is, why not make him the opponent for Monday when they're at Madison Square Garden and Matt Cardona's in his hometown, in the building where the biggest moment of his career happened? First of all, you're tipping. No, you could still. I feel like he's had some pretty big moments in that building that aren't all positive. So I feel like I don't understand why you wouldn't do this in a place where the crowd is going to be more receptive. My thing is that tips the hand as well that Monday is going to be Joe Hendry, because he has to be there for NXT Gold Rush the next couple days anyway. I think it's worth the domestic flight extra that it would cost to have Matt Cardona in Madison Square Garden in front of a crowd that's going to pop and react to him. And I feel like Joe Hendry and LA Knight would be so much fun from a character perspective. That would have been such a better pairing, I feel like. And I'm also kind of bummed because I was hoping on Monday, I assumed it was going to be Joe Hendry, but I thought it would be cool if Santos Escobar came back in that spot. But now it feels like they basically told us it's Joe Hendry. So I just don't get it. Like, why Smackdown? Is it because Chelsea? Is it because he is going to stick around for more appearances and they want him on Smackdown? I don't know what the deal is with that, but I just feel like the match would have gone over so much better in Madison Square Garden in front of a crowd that would be so hyped to see him. But that's not the fault of the performers. They had a perfectly solid little match. The crowd was kind of dead in general tonight. I felt like they didn't react to a lot. Cardona is someone who always brings a lot of energy. His in-ring isn't always for me, but like, he knows how to work a WWE crowd. It took a while to warm them up, but by the end, they had the crowd on a couple of near falls. That one Rough Rider, I think, especially really kind of got them. But like, even with LA Knight, like, they have gotten so far out of their way to book him to lose momentum, and the crowd is still super, super, super hyped for them. And they were just kind of quiet during the match. What did you think of the match, and how are you feeling about Matt Cardona being the one to answer this open challenge and in the environment that he did?
I low-key hockey love this match. This somehow reminded me of 1980, 1990 main event. They were very tan. These were two tan wrestlers having a tan off. This was great. I think they have great chemistry together. I don't care. I'm not even memeing. I legitimately love this match. This was a very tan match. This was 1990s WWF, and I kind of lived for it. I think it was the right call to have LA Knight win, because John Cena, I think it was last week, said that he wants to put over a younger talent. And to be fair, he put you over before, Zack Ryder. I think that he's here in SmackDown. I wish it was at MSG, but having it be here at SmackDown, you probably want to keep him and his wife together in case you want to do a couples, whatever it is. You already got Alistair and Zelina, so if there's ever a mixed tag, you guys fight for the memes. You do your big one. So I didn't hate it. I wish if anything, if Zack did win, or at least if Zack could wrestle Cena one more time. But that's not in the cards, and I understand why. My only complaint again is, who the is Zack Ryder?
Never heard of him.
Never heard of the guy. Like, and the last time I did hear of the guy, Matt Cardona said he's dead. So I'm confused.
It is a little confusing. People are blaming Sean for things. If you're going to send in money to do it, I love it. Noise saying, "Are we blaming Sean for everything today?" That's my favorite pastime. Mine too. I blame Sean for the Blue Jays losing at the World Series. I mean, his track record for rooting for sports teams isn't great because the guy's a Bengals fan, a Reds fan, / a Blue Jays fan because Toronto's like a second home. That's where Fightful was founded. Not the best. And that's coming from me, a Yankees fan. They've been bad. And a Steelers fan who they don't know if they're good. So Tim McFowle saying everything bad that happens is Sean's fault, but he can make up for it by having Jeremy and Cresta do a War Games post show. Book it, Sean, you coward. Listen, I am so here for this combination of people. Sean doesn't want to do it because he's like, it would just be, well, first of all, Jeremy doesn't do post shows anymore, but he's like, nothing would get like analyzed. You guys would just be, it would just be bits the entire time. Nothing, there is 0% chance that anything would get taken seriously on a post show with you and Jeremy.
It is the way that Jeremy came in last night and called Sean a coward for not wanting to do this. And it literally said the same thing. It'd be a 3-hour post show with 3% wrestling. And the chat was like, but wait, I'm an intellectual. What if we want that?
I don't know if there's a combination I could be more here for than that, honestly.
I don't know how to bribe Sean to make him do it. Listen, you got to give the people what you want. I'll do it for the memes.
Listen, you would do it. I think Jeremy is post shows are
he would do it. He said he would do it for the memes last night. He would do it for the memes.
Oh my god.
We don't know how to convince Sean to do it.
What can we, if you want to see Jeremy and Cresta, just type bits in the chat. They don't have to be super chats. Just type the word bits over and over and over again, because that's what it would be. Jeremy, I got a problem with Jeremy Lambert for this, okay? We'll talk about wrestling in a second. Jeremy puts together this, the chat wants it. Jeremy puts together this Mr. Elegance video for this TNA situation, right?
It was fantastic.
It was unbelievable. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds long. Joel put it together. And I'm like, I am offended that Jeremy has committed to more ridiculous bits than I have here in my time at Fightful. Because I pride myself on silly bits. Sour Graps is pretty much only bits. We talk about NXT a little bit, but it's pretty much only bits. And I'm looking at this compilation and I'm like, oh my God, Jeremy, like, man, he's jumping off of his kid's playhouse to do Jeff Hardy bits. He has so much face paint and so many different contexts. It's absolutely insane. So I am inspired in that I need to step up my game, but also let's calm down, Jeremy. Let's calm down.
If somebody can convince Sean to do it, maybe you might have to send a bucket of money, a big old bag of money and a muffin signed by CM Punk. I don't know.
Little Spindrift situation? I don't know. The chat wants it, man. We're getting a lot of people sending in the word bits.
I'm sorry, Sean. You got to give the people what they want at some point. They're going to bully you, pal.
Jeremy should have been LA Knight's opponent tonight instead. Look, Angelina Love endorsed Jeremy.
That's true.
He's gotten a lot of love. Let's talk about Jeremy instead of SmackDown. I'm here for it. He's a good fella.
Jeremy is the SmackDown.
That's right. He is. He brings the SmackDown. Great Cherry saying, what if John Cena wrestles Joe Hendry on Monday and the tournament match is someone else? I feel like they wouldn't do that on the same day as like a tournament heavy episode, but you never know. You never know. They've done weirder stuff.
You would get a Joe Hendry singing and a John Cena rapping concert before you got that. And I personally am here for the malarkey.
Well, if there's anything you're here for, it's malarkey, and I can't argue with that. So I'm here for that. Let's take it back to the beginning of the show, shall we? Let's talk about this women's division chaos, these war games, splinters, these fractures on these teams. We open with a recap of Alexa and Charlotte and their rough week, having lost the titles to the Kabuki Warriors on Monday. And Rhea kicks off the show. I can't believe it took me this long to think to say this, but with her broken NARS.
How do I leave this?
I'm all here for the NAR, and I was like, no, this is just NARS. But she is out there with Io Sky to talk some war games and introduces Alexa and Charlotte as teammates. And Alexa is entirely on board, but Charlotte refuses and says she doesn't trust Rhea and she never will. That's Charlotte doing Charlotte
Flair. Charlotte Flair.
Now, Charlotte. I don't mind the promo, and I'm not surprised by the direction. What I don't like is she said things about Rhea that have just not been true about her character very much. Like, she called her a snake and all of these things, and I'm like, I don't view Rhea as a snake. Like, even in Judgment Day, it was always a numbers game, which is kind of snaky, but it's not like she was low-blowing people or eye-raking them. Like, to me,
Alexa's more of a snake than Rhea. What are you talking
about? Honestly, Charlotte's more of a snake than Rhea. I feel like I feel like snakes are like more manipulative, or they're like sneaky cheaters. And
Charlotte.
Yeah, like that just, I don't know. It didn't really resonate with me, that part of it. I loved her outfit. I thought that was amazing.
They all looked so good.
They looked so good. And I think probably the story here is that Charlotte ends up on the War Games team because Alexa will convince her. Maybe she turns on them during the match. But it feels like we're sowing dissension for dissension's sake, which I'm not a huge fan of. Rhea and Charlotte put on one of the best WrestleMania matches in history. I will never take that away from them. If it leads to them facing each other a third time, that would be cool. I don't think that needs to be on a WrestleMania stage, but this was predictable. There were aspects to the promo that I didn't love because I didn't feel like they were true about Rhea's character, but I don't hate the direction of it. I don't love it because I feel like we all saw it coming, but Alexa's like, I'll talk to her. We'll work it out. How did you feel about our opening segment today?
Right promo, wrong girl. If Rhea would have said that to Charlotte, that would have made more sense. It only would have contradicted her yelling war games. Charlotte right now is firmly in her face era. She's in her good girl era, and it's working. To have her just be like, well, I'm out of here again, mad randomly, makes storyline wise, it makes no sense. It would make more sense for Io or Rhea to say that to Charlotte, saying, I can't work with you because you're a snake. Everything you said about Rhea is really about you, sister. What are you, a snake? You? I see you team with Lacey Evans. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? What was that? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean exactly? So I know it's a roundabout way to get Charlotte to join in like a baby faces overcome situation, or have Charlotte turn on Alexa, which again makes no sense because you just had Charlotte turn face, like legitimately turn face. Why?
Yeah.
Why? She can go back to being a heel anytime. She's so good at it. But why? That outfit ate tonight, so I'm going to excuse this. So good.
Yeah, I feel like we did this friendship bangle so that Charlotte will turn on Alexa, right? Like as soon as they drop the titles.
Right now,
it's disappointing. You know, it feels early because Royal Rumble's so far away, and you would think that would be like the heated up kind of thing that we'd be headed toward. And I don't think the Alexa Charlotte eventual story is going to be months and months long. Like, I don't think it's one of those bitter rivalries. I think it'll be who helps out Alexa Bliss, maybe. Like, I would love, honestly, if Tatum Paxley came up from NXT, found Alexa and summoned her back over to the dark side in some weird little thing, if Nikki Cross, who has just been for some reason collecting dust when she is so talented, finally is able to pull Alexa into this world, that could be something that's kind of cool, or something completely different. But I don't think this is like an overarching program that lasts for a super long time with Alexa and Charlotte. I don't know. I don't know what to do here. But it feels like they either jumped the gun on the dissension and Charlotte's going to betray them in the match, or it'll be another layer of friendship added to the Alexa Charlotte pile. I don't know. We'll see.
Those are both good ways, I feel, to go about it. I just don't think, I think it is too early to try to break them apart. I could see them beginning to rift apart Royal Rumble Mania because you're my girl, I love you, but I want to win. And Alexa's thirst for friendship is not going to quench Charlotte's thirst to win.
Sure.
So I could see it like that. And also, like, again, I hope it's the hope spot of Charlotte saying, I'm not doing this. Who's going to be our first person? And then all you hear is the music and everything. Yay, we win. Everyone's happy. It's how you leave them.
There was, all that story dissension between Charlotte and Becky, and they hugged it out in the middle of a match. So maybe it'll be more of that style. Maybe they'll go that route. But War Games shaping up. War Games shaping up for sure. Orion Ben saying Star and Banks. Rhea Io could rival Tony Mina, but
that would have to be a Charlotte Alexis. Alexa, if we're going to do that, I could definitely see that spot happening. And it's Alexa getting beat with the belt and they hold back Charlotte. That would be gnarly. And that would be a good reason for Charlotte to be like, you know what? Let me use my powers for evil.
There you go. I saw a side by side the other day, and it was like Io and Rhea, and then it was you had Mina and Tony, and they were like both in each other's arms or whatever. And it was like, what is it with like the Aussie Kiwis and the Japanese love connections that we've got going on in wrestling? I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. That's so funny.
They love each other.
MJ Johnson saying also, so the Rascals have beef with Wesley, but not Desmond? What do you mean you can add a suspended person to your team while they are suspended?
All right, hold on. He was released. The 30 days is up. And once you leave WWE, you leave your name there, pal, Zack Ryder. When you come back to wherever you were, now you're Wesley again. We haven't had all 4 Rascals wrestle together, so I will accept no slander. So watch him out.
Yeah, let's talk about this Drew situation, because I gave the probably real life reason why he might have gotten suspended and unsuspended. I don't know if that's accurate, but very weird you can add a suspended person to your team. That does feel very wrong. But I thought the suspension might be an excuse to move Drew to Raw. And I wouldn't have hated that, but I just don't know how many. Like, where's the point of diminishing returns for Drew McIntyre? I think we're coming up very close of him losing in really, really, really major spots. And if this is to set up him and Cody running it back a third time, Cody beat him twice, clean by WWE standards. The second time, I know he cheated a little bit. But by WWE standards, nobody interfered on his behalf. So I don't want to see that a third time, because why should he get a third shot at this? But it feels like maybe they're on opposite teams to set that up. I don't know. How are you feeling about that? I agree with the chat. I feel like it's extremely weird that you could add a suspended person to your team when they are indefinitely suspended. That's just odd, because that's not what indefinite means.
There have been 2 people in WWE that can just ignore the rules. 2 managers, Paul Heyman, Paul Bearer. They do what they want.
Something with the Pauls.
Not that Logan Paul feller. These other Pauls, okay? Okay. Is this not the first, second, or third time Paul Heyman has found a way to circumvent the rules, whether it's OTC, CM Punk, now with Drew? I have a whole conspiracy theory about Paul Heyman. If you would like to hear it live here on the in front of the live studios. All right, boom, boom. This is all connected, y'all. Cue the "This Always Sunny in Philadelphia" conspiracy theory map, right? Right.
There is no Carol in HR. Yeah.
Paul Heyman. Let me ask you first. Have you ever read or seen the movie Spawn or the comic book?
I have not.
Boom. There's a character in there called the Violator. He's the little clown who massages all the situations to make it worse. His whole job is to create hellspawn for Satan. And Paul Heyman, you're either a Paul Heyman guy or you're not. So hear me out, right? So Paul Heyman, if he is the Violator and the Violator is the oldest of 3 wrestling demons, who are the 3 wrestling demon managers right now? Paul Heyman, Don Callis, and Stokely Hathaway, right? They said he was ousted by his people. Wasn't Paul Heyman kicked out of the bloodline because he was being a turncoat? Yes. So the point I'm trying to make here is all Paul Heyman is doing, the reason why he could circumvent the rules is because he's working for the devil. And because he's working for the devil, he gets to do whatever he wants. That's why he doesn't age. And he's making all of these wrestlers that he has into beefy hellspawns. It's all connected, guys. It's all connected.
Sorry. I have a question about the Violator.
Yes.
Was the Violator also unseasonably tan?
I mean, he had the face of a clown. He was played by John Leguizamo in the 90s, so that's a visual for you.
Okay, there you go. I have to learn more. I'm in on the theory. I just need more context.
You know what? This is going down to rest. I'm going to investigate this. Don't worry about this, guys. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. I'll be calling you, Mr. Heyman.
Oh my God, I know where this is going. It's all connected. You know where there's a story when there's an eye. Boom. I love this. I love this so much. Man, arrest investigation, you say. Who would be up to such a thing?
I know somebody. I'm sorry. Guys, I'm coming out with a new series next week. It's going to drop next week. We're going to arrest investigate Samoa Joe's spawn point. Okay. Thank you.
Where can I find such a thing?
On youtube.com/@CrestaStar. I'm sure I will harass Fightful to share it.
Yes, please do. Harass Jeremy to article it for you as well.
So, you don't want to do that.
It's on the website.
This is malarkey. This is malarkey. Don't put that
on. Double the fun. You get to harass Jeremy. But Cresta.
Yes.
You're on YouTube. On your own channel, you're on YouTube here. But what about your internet connection? Is that secure?
How can I make it secure?
What about your other devices that need to be protected? More protected. Oh my goodness. Stop.
Sorry.
Kitty.
I was trying for the bit. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. Guys, I have great news for you. You don't need to take protected losses. You can have a protected win for your internet connection, okay? No ref bumps needed. You just need NordVPN.
If you're a wrestling fan and you're not using NordVPN, what are you doing? WWE content in its own, all with one Netflix subscription, thanks to NordVPN.com/Fightful. Right now, in order to watch Raw, SmackDown, NXT, PLEs, you need Netflix, you need CW Network, you need USA, you need Peacock for Saturday night's main event and ESPN Unlimited, or you get NordVPN.com/Fightful. Download the app. It's very easy. Pay the basic tier, just $2.98 a month it averages out to, and you can access all that WWE content with one Netflix account. Just change your virtual location, and you are set. It is a must-have for wrestling fans, especially as money gets tighter, and especially as you got to go everywhere to get wrestling content. Head over to NordVPN.com/Fightful because it's not just that feature. There's so many more that you can check out over at NordVPN.com/Fightful. We've had hundreds, if not thousands, of wonderful users report back about their great viewing experience here. NordVPN.com/Fightful.
more protected than Roman Reigns at peak bloodline. Your internet connection with NordVPN. They're the best. They're so good to us, sincerely. Huge, huge, huge value savings with the code Fightful too. It's one of the most high value partners that we have for that reason. You save like 70% or something insane with the code Fightful. So if you're looking to secure your internet, if you watch pay-per-views for AEW, you're going to save so much money. It's going to pay for itself within like 2 pay-per-views. So do that. And heck, with all the money you're saving, head on over to FightfulSelect.com. We've got the Fightful Awards voting happening behind the paywall. It's how we keep some of the riffraff out of the Fightful Awards voting, so it's not like Kenny Omega is God and Roman Reigns forever voting. You got people that value wrestling news enough to head back there and vote. And if you want to sponsor the Fightful Awards, we got spots filling up pretty quick. Greg Cherry's in the chat. He's one of them. He's a Fightful sponsor for the first time this year. Matthew Hooks, who's frequently in our chats, is a multi-time sponsor. We will be happy to work with you however we can, but spots are $100 for your category. We give you as much as we possibly can for that $100, including social media shout outs to over 500,000 followers when you factor Fightful and Sean's followings in. Those go out over there. An ad read on air, exclusivity in your category, and so much more. Kate at Fightful.com. You can also message Sean, but I get the commission, so message me. You know what I'm saying? Help me. If for no other reason, help me get the bag.
Money,
you know what I mean?
Money.
I'm doing all right with them. I did my invoice yesterday and was like, okay, Fightful Awards commissions. Thank you very much. We're rocking and rolling. I appreciate that. I need that money. Holidays are coming up. We got a lot to do. I have my mom's birthday, my sister's birthday, and my dad's birthday all within a month of each other. So I needed that extra commission.
R.I.P. your wallet, man. R.I.P. man.
And then I come up for air and then Christmas starts. So that's what we do. But guys, get in your super chats and humper chats as we work our way through Smackdown. We will have our Collision post show for you tomorrow. If you love Cresta, who the hell doesn't? You get more of her tomorrow as well on the Collision post show.
Who said it was open mic night?
Oh, hey.
That's my favorite vocal stem. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Brandy Rose. I
love
that.
Oh my God. It's the best. I love it.
You're a black belt? Well, I'm a black bitch.
And that's where I cut off my part of what I can say about such a thing. Because I am neither of those. I wish.
You're a black belt, actually. You're the black belt.
Oh, man. I am so not. I am so not. Joshua saying, these MF spitting. We appreciate you. Always popping in with that. It genuinely always stops me as I'm reading chats because people are like, it's very fun to read every time one of those pops up. So we are spitting. Let's spit some more. Miss Cresta, let's talk some Jey Uso versus your favorite wrestler of all time, The Miz. Jey Uso won. I don't know what the hell that Avalanche AA spot was supposed to be. I'm assuming it was supposed to be like a super AA, but he really just dropped him. Jey Uso said he doesn't want to be more than an entrance and a catchphrase, and they started the entrance up in the concessions to make it longer and run through a commercial break. So if he doesn't want to be that, this would be a step in the wrong direction. Here's my biggest thing with this match, Cresta. One, I actually feel like The Miz should have won. He has a long enough history with John Cena, and his very early career was established by his feud with John Cena. Here's my biggest thing with it, though. The Miz mockingly hits the 5 moves of doom, and the crowd is going nuts for it. He's doing a heel taunt, and the crowd's going crazy. They love it. This was a quiet crowd. This was a mostly dead crowd. And what do they finally react to? The Miz's heel taunt with roaring cheers. And I said this last week, and it's so much more evident week over week. The lack of clarity between heels and faces, or the lack of ability for heels to generate heel heat in a match, is really, really dampening the product for me. Because the pacing is bad. It's just bad. The pacing of these shows is bad. If they're going to 3 hours, they really, really need to fix that. On top of that, these matches get really boring when the crowd is sitting on their hands the whole damn time, waiting for interference spots. And then when there are matches without interference spots, they just aren't really reacting because there's nobody generating heat.
Not wrong. I do think that
really good at generating heat.
He's not the Miz can be.
What? Yeah. I think the Miz is actually usually very, very good at generating heat. But tonight he goes to heel taunt and everybody's cheering. So I don't know. Man. Like I feel like that was a criticism I had a couple weeks ago, and I've been echoing it because it's really, really starting to dampen the product for me. The match was rough in spots, fine in others. I think the Miz should have actually advanced because I would like to see people with the deepest histories being the ones to advance here, but I understand why Jey Uso advances. What did you think of what we got here? And do you feel like this Uso heel turn is still coming down the mountain, or are we going to have to wait a long time for it? I feel like this might be our big War Games betrayal.
I'm going to be real with you. Jey Uso winning was so telegraphed. Again, if we look at last week when Cena was naming people that he wants to put over, I think Uso was also one of them.
Sure.
I do agree. This is a Miz hater here. I do agree that the Miz should have won here. Not because Jey Uso is bad or undeserving. There is a story beat that you were the guy at the time. We were like, we hate John Cena. Get him out of here. You won. Yo, not this guy either. Whoa, hey, that's too much. I think there's a story there for if you had advanced like a Zack Ryder or a Joe Hendry, that this is the guy that they could beat, and that's your intro feud. I mean, like everything else is, and that's a smooth transition. But I think that Miz not winning here was a weird decision. As far as Jey Uso not wanting to be just a catchphrase or whatever it is, yo, listen, some people not even that, bro. John Cena was definitely booking it down the ramp for like 20 years. Talk about, let's go, Stu. Like, bro, he was booking it. Some people don't even get to do that. If you don't want that, I think you have the creativity and the star power to add something else, but that's a more nuanced conversation that I don't think is a fightful conversation. To the match itself,
okay. My thing is, if you're going to drop the line about wanting to be more than a catchphrase, you have to pay it off closer to the time in which you said it, right? So I don't have a problem with him saying that at all. I actually think that's great that he wants to add more dimension to his character, probably in a leaning heel kind of way. But he said that like 3 weeks ago, it seemed like a pretty pivotal line. He lost to CM Punk, and then now he's just over here like yeeting on Smackdown for longer. So I just feel like they've got pacing issues all over the place. I would say both American companies right now, both major American companies have some massive pacing issues with their story and their episodes. TNA is
all right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring it up.
Well, LOL. That's all. That's all I'll say. Let's talk this U.S. title match, though, because man, oh man. Whoo!
How you don't give an entrance for either one? You will pay for your crimes, Paul.
The disrespect. You've got a champion out there. Come on now. And then this match, man.
So
the open challenge has been since Sami Zayn brought it back, and Sami was so valuable and great at it. But Ilya Dragunov just like, all right, you're just gonna go for like somewhere between 12 and 20 minutes, and you guys are gonna beat the hell out of each other. God bless whoever chose to continue doing that. Thank you, because this match between Ilya Dragunov and Axiom was nuts. Whatever the hell that Axiom DDT was freaking
The one where he springboarded?
yeah, I've like the springboard backflip DDT Spanish fly thing.
Holding hands
How?
with Ilya,
What?
mind you.
Cresta. How? Who? Where? When? Why? How? Like that spot blew my mind. What I loved about this though too was like you're gonna expect Axiom to be able to do what he can athletically. You're gonna expect Ilya to be powerful as hell every single time. I, being me, loved how technical this was. I loved the armbar triangles that we got in this. Like, I really, really liked that there was some mat wrestling. The crowd didn't give a shit, but I
Not
gave
at
a
all.
shit because I'm a nerd. And I
Not
was
a nerd.
initially like, oh no, this crowd doesn't care at all. But then they picked it up into the next gear and won them over. But I loved some of the creativity with those early spots was awesome. Like the nerd in me, I saw the game and I respected it. But we get Axiom going for the golden ratio. Ilya cutting him off with that torpedo Moscow and H-bomb to retain. This match humped, as Sean would say. If you're wondering why we have humper chats and super chats, it's because of matches that hump. If you're wondering why there's a show on Wednesdays called The Hump, it's because of matches that hump. Also, kind of a little pun on the bump from WWE back when they had like an industry talk show, but we love our humper matches around here. Okay. That match was nuts, but seeing the matches in back-to-back weeks with the collisions of styles has been so much fun. Like I'm so impressed by how Ilya can marry his style with a high flying style without making it look less impressive. Because like his job is to ground it essentially. And sometimes that's really not fun. But certainly the Douglas of the night. Are you up on the Douglas lore?
Yes.
Okay.
Not a dog, but a duck.
He's got that Doug in him. That's what that's about. This was by far match of the night for me. This was so much fun. This open challenge is like for Kate. Like this is Kate's wheelhouse of stuff. Well, I am certainly a malarkey appreciator. This kind of stuff is like for me. How did you feel about this? I'm loving this open challenge so far.
You can never make me hate Ilya Dragunov. He dethroned Gunther when Gunther was twice the size Gunther is.
Yeah.
That was unstoppable at the time. That this man, he slapped you into another domain. He could do no wrong. This match was amazing. Like you said, that DDT Spanish Fly where they defied gravity. Cynthia Erivo was singing when they did that. This was so good. I had a good time watching this match. And it's like, even if this wasn't for nothing, there was no real build in this besides, bro, Ciampa, you don't get my respect. You're not a respectful guy. You know who is a respectful guy? The guy who's been cooking you all week. This match was great. I think Ilya Dragunov is great when he just gets to beat people off. And man, Axiom, you can wrestle, man. That's a good that's a fancy fine wrestler there. That's a wrestler.
He's incredible. Both of them. Would you have people that like there's just so much magic that can happen when you have two guys with different styles who are experts in their own world but know exactly how to work with the other. And that's what you got here. And like, oh, magic just happens in a wrestling ring when that's the case. This like I would just the whole match just feasting my eyes.
I see
Great
something
cherry
in
brand.
chat. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. What were you going to call out?
No, I see the thing in chat from Vicious Minutes about how open challenges week after week for the men and the women. And that's a great shot, I think, for the U.S. women's title shot. Not right now in Chelsea Green, because that's not going to happen. No, that's not going to happen with her.
Julia should have been, though.
But Julia should have done it. Or a girl who's a workhorse. Mia Yim, I could see doing. Oh, Michin. I'm sorry, Michin. I could see her doing that. You know, it would elevate somebody instead of just keeping it as a prop. I think it's really great if you just let them wrestle. Sometimes it don't need to be for something. Just let them wrestle.
Yeah. There's also, I think, part of why I think people say like AEW doesn't tell stories is I think there's not enough of a delineation between character arcs and like storytelling. Like Orange Cassidy's title reign was a character arc, right? It was this guy who's been apathetic and lazy, like, oh no, actually he's going to war right now and he does care and like all these things. And I feel like open challenges are really good for building character arcs. And I think that's what you'll see with Ilya is probably like he does 20 of these and then he's just a beleaguered champion and loses to Obafemi in 5 months from now. Or he'll just be putting on these great matches until he meets that opponent who he has 3 matches with or whatever. So I think sometimes people, Mercedes Moné is a great example. Her matches never have stories. Her character arc is that she's the belt collector, right? And so sometimes matches just go to feed things like that. And you don't have to always like it. But the point being that wins and losses, and especially title reigns, don't necessarily have to be used for week over week television stories in a straightforward way. So that's my thing on that. But man, oh man, that match was fun. And we have some drama around this US title too. We've got Ilya Dragunov with Nick Aldis when Ciampa storms in, demanding the title shot before this match. Ilya calls him dishonorable and picks Axiom instead. A lot of calling Ciampa a jackass in this, which is always a good fun time. And Nick Aldis pretty much says, like, it's his open challenge. He can pretty much do whatever he wants and choose whoever he wants for it, which I would say isn't how open challenges work normally. But he says the champion gets to choose the rules of his open challenge. I just say be consistent with what those rules are. But I think we'll finally get Ciampa getting to one of those matches. I don't normally like programs where tag teams are individually going after a belt, but with these 4 guys, I'm okay with it for sure.
What is DIY doing anyway?
That's kind of the thing. Like they had title reign. They've worked their way back up and down. Like let's do it. Let's do it. Not mad about it. I want to see all 4 of those guys versus Ilya, I guess is my point.
So Ilya's going to eat them all.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. But let's we talked about LA Knight and the radio. I'm so mad we didn't get it.
I'm so mad we didn't get When the Lights Go Down. We're both upset. No one's happy. Everyone's mad.
If we got that with Matt Cardona, I would have been fine. But you can't dangle Zack Ryder out there and not give me radio.
Who the fuck is that Ryder?
We got a squash match with Jade Cargill and B-Fab, which went the way that you would expect. We mentioned the ladies at the beginning of the show looking awesome. Both the gear of Jade Cargill and B-Fab was awesome. This was a little awkward, but we had like 2 mistimed release power bombs, which isn't great, but that follow-away slam looked awesome. And we get the Jaded for the win, but like those release power bombs when they don't go right are kind of they stick out as not having gone right. I'll put it that way. Like with that particular move, just because of what it is, it's like, yeah. But
I'll give her a pass this time.
Okay.
Oh, because B-Fab's top popped. I don't know if you peeped that. She came out with an O-ring in the middle and the top popped. So it looked like everyone was trying to protect it from a boob slippage, which I was surprised that they did the Jaded. But B-Fab's top popped after the second moved. So I'll allow.
I didn't notice that.
They were trying to protect the titty.
Listen, protecting your opponent can mean a lot of different things. Okay. And sometimes it's making sure that they're not, fun. Now, I'll say this. Charlotte joked a couple weeks ago. She was like, I'm just going to wrestle in my robe because I keep being in danger of a similar thing. Someone's got to get the double-sided tape back there. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I want to be sexy, but I want to be secure.
Now, there's a investigation for you. What's going on? What's going on backstage in the fashion department?
That is a fashion investigation because how come dresses don't have
fashion
pockets?
file. That's a fashion file.
Where's
That's what that
JDC and
is.
Dango? Not Dango, because JDC is Dango. You know how it's Dango,
breathe.
JDC are two different people. God, I quit. Thank you guys. I don't watch wrestling. I hate this. This is the worst job I've ever had. Okay.
You don't even watch wrestling, I heard, so it's no big
fake.
deal. But well, let's talk about Sami Zayn returning to fight Solo. Sami hits the ring after being on the shelf for a few weeks. He talks about winning the US title and how much it sucked to be sitting at home watching Solo kind of terrorize this roster. He demands this face-to-face, and he gets it. Solo comes out and tells a bunch of lies. He's like, you are selfish and you are not loyal. And I'm like, Sami Zayn is loyal to quite a fault. I don't know if you've seen a little relationship with him and Kevin Owens play out several times, but he is not disloyal. And Solo says, once you're cleared, it's on, my dude. And Sami Zayn says, oh, guess what? I am cleared. So let's scrap very soon. And Solo tries to attack, but Sami says, I'm not a dumb babyface. Save that stuff for the other baby faces. I brought backup today because I saw the terrible face paint job that you put Jeff Cobb on during the render that was taken of that. And I know that you're not invincible because I saw that picture. And so I brought Rey Fenix, Nakamura, and the Motor City Machine Guns to even the odds. To which I say, great call, thinking ahead, Sami Zayn. But also, I don't know if those are the four gentlemen I call on when I'm trying to equal out Jeff Cobb. Like, I was like, I don't know if I would go for these guys to equalize those guys. But in 2 weeks, we're going to go 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series elimination match. So I like the traditional ones. We do a lot of war game stuff. We don't do as many of the traditional ones anymore. And I like those a lot. So I'm here for that. It is quite the amalgamation of fellas that just got thrown together on the face side. But someone's got to stop the MFT's Cresta. How are you feeling about all this?
Solo Sikoa is so funny because he's when Tama Tonga turns on him, because Solo Sikoa is the world's most unserious wrestler. Because I laugh at my own jokes, but I'm not trying to be a serious, yeah, guys, do what I want and then laugh at my own jokes. Okay? I'm a clown. I know I'm a clown. I know I'm a clown. Solo Sikoa is a clown, literally commanding the Crips of the 90s. Like, what is this? What do you have going on here? When he said Sami isn't loyal, yes and no, because is he right about Sami not being loyal? Let me remind you about the beginning of the bloodline and how you only aligned yourself with them so you wouldn't get beat up, and how you photoshopped yourself to be Sami Uso in the Jimmy Uso and Jay Uso photos so you wouldn't get beat up. And then when Roman told you to get down and kill Kevin Owens, the man who's tried to kill you 4 times, you were like, no, and you turned on him. So a little bit right. But also, Solo Sikoa, this really should not come from you. Of all the people on the roster, maybe, I like this for him. Again, when they eventually turn on Solo, but I'm glad that Solo went from, oh God, this guy to, you all right. You silly Oos. You silly Oos. You all right, Oos.
Part of why I think Solo found such a groove with this character is not only like he obviously gets what he's doing out there. Like his timing is impeccable. He's very funny. There's not a lot of sarcastic heels on this roster right now. And I like that because we have like the Gunther heels, we have the Justified heels. I think part of why the character is excelling so much more than it previously had been is this like type of character, this archetype isn't really prevalent in WWE right now. And I feel like you have LA Knight doing a similar thing on the face side, but nobody's doing what he's doing on the heel side. And I think that makes it really refreshing every time he comes out. So to your point, like him being like a silly goose and then serious flipping
You
a switch
got the
between the
most
two.
serious guys in the roster, but this is you telling them they're gonna do what I want.
And apparently, I didn't even know he was the lead singer of the Misfits because the rest of them.
Attitude. You got some attitude. Bet y'all didn't think I knew a Misfit song.
I love that for you. I love that for me. I'm here for all of that.
How come he don't pay his face? I want to know how come Solo don't pay his face.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Well, because he's not Gorillas of Destiny, I guess, previously, but still, like, man, I saw that Jeff Cobb render come up and I was like, what have they done to my boy?
That's how I feel about Motor City Machine Guns. Look what they've done to my boy. Oh God.
It hurts. It hurts. We get some more promos. One from Carmelo Hayes that says he wants to retire John Cena and vows that he won't miss if he gets his shot. And we actually have a chat about this from Anthony Velasquez, who says Carmelo should win this Cena tournament. The young guy should be the one to retire Cena, but I know he isn't winning probably and won't get past the first round.
Oh, this is interfering in that because he lost.
Yeah, that's how that's gonna go.
I hate that for him.
But I'm watching this backstage and I'm like, I know a lot of us have been on the Carmelo train for a while, and it really blows my mind because even with this short little kind of, I don't want to say nothing of a segment because they put it on TV, so it's there, but like just so natural, like just such an easy conversational, like just simple work, just simple work with an easy delivery.
Mhm.
And every time I see him on screen, I'm like, the guy's a star. Treat him like one. That's it. But we get a couple more of these too. We got Bronson Reed promising to end Cody Rhodes, and we got Aleister Black with a cinematic vignette with your girl Zelina Vega.
I'm sick of Cody Rhodes being a dumb baby face.
We'll talk about that in a moment.
I'm about to turn on him.
Listen, I get it. But we had this vignette with Aleister and Zelina declaring Priest corrupt and saying that he has ambitions for a WWE title. A last man standing match is supposed to end feuds because the last guy standing won the feud. That's how that works. What? Why did we do that in evidently the middle of a very long feud right before he turned heel with Zelina and proceeded to lose? I don't get it. That's just bad. I know you love Zelina and I like the pairing. How are we still here, Cresta?
This is another thing that's going to sports break me.
That's because sports break you.
Because there's no Zelina slander that's gonna come out of my mouth, so that's not gonna happen. I want to critique this because I've definitely seen this before, but I'm not. I'm gonna let y'all figure out what I'm talking about. But it's like, how you say I won, but you didn't win, but you made him change it. So I hate this for Aleister. There's got to be a better way. Again, you're not gonna catch me slandering either one of them. Nice try, Federation, but you're trying. You are trying, and it's pissing me off. Book this better, because this isn't the first, second, or third time I've seen this. Well, I didn't win, but I made you break it. He's not Batman, bro. He didn't kill you. He didn't break your back, Bane. Relax. No,
in fact, you threw a fireball at him. So
fireball.
That's it.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind if Aleister Black was OG Undertaker with stuff coming out of his hands, because that would be funny. But it has to be better than y'all doing this to my boy, okay? You're not going to catch me slandering either one of them, Federation. But I'm getting sick. I'm tired. I'm going to sew my eyes shut.
You're like, I'm not mad, but I am disappointed. That's all.
I'm sports concerned, and not at them, at you, Hunter, Helmsley.
Oh, man. Well, we are on our way to Survivor Series, and you're listening to me and Cresta. You're getting all the information that you could possibly want on how to make educated guesses, okay? you're going to want that because you're going to want to take all this knowledge. You're going to want to mull it over. You're going to want to process it. You're going to think it through. And then you're going to be like, there's some stuff I feel pretty confident in. I bet I could make some money off of such a thing. I bet Fightful Select might even have lockpicks for me on such a thing. Well, I'll tell you where you can go spend that money, and that's at MyBookie AG.
At MyBookie AG, they say that you can bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. And they mean it. NBA, NHL, NFL, Major League Baseball, UFC, pro wrestling. But that's not it. Motorsports, golf, tennis, darts, cycling, cricket, handball, floorball, rugby, snooker, volleyball, table tennis, cycling. Yeah, you can bet on it at MyBookie AG. They got the best support system in the business. We only want you to bet what you can, and please bet responsibly. But go take advantage of being able to bet on anything, anytime, anywhere. They got live esports. They got racing. They got everything at MyBookie AG. And right now, get a $50 bonus when you deposit $100 or a $100 bonus when you deposit $200. You can bet with Bitcoin and play their great casino games as well. MyBookie AG.
I love that Sean was like, you know what will suck the people in to MyBookie AG? Cycling betting. You can bet on cycling. That's it. He's like, that's what's going to get people over there. Hey, if that's your thing, no judgment, but big doping scandals in the cycling world. I'm just saying, watch those bets, okay? But you can bet on wrestling. You can bet on sports. You can bet on entertainment. You can bet on sports entertainment, Cresta, at MyBookie AG. Please use the code FIGHTFUL, because why not? You get a bunch of free money if you do. And only bet what you can. Bet responsibly. We love MyBookie AG. They're going to be with us for a little bit longer, too. We're very excited to... It's that end of the year cycle, man. We're expanding some partnerships and keeping some on board and having some fun. So we are always so appreciative of our partners, of our sponsors. They and your super chats go a long way in paying for us. So we're expensive. We're the best.
Honestly, don't put your title up on the line. We're not
It's
responsible for you losing the title because
That's
you
it.
betted. We can only
It's
give you
true.
the odds. That's no promises.
We said bet responsibly, and the only person with titles to spare around here is Mercedes Moné, okay? She could lose 11 before she has to start worrying, but
That's true.
I'm not saying that Cresta has bet on wrestling. I'm just saying that very real house behind her wasn't all podcasting money. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I got that grand piano from betting on LOL Esports League of Legends. So and I got this front door from betting on Undertaker versus
Hold on. Where did you just have a wand? That you just how did you just out of thin air? You were like, I actually have the perfect prop for this entire bit, Kate. Thank you.
So on my desk at any time you will find a wand or a shish kebab stick and an urn.
Okay. All right.
So
we
it
got
looks
some
like I'm doing
barbarians
magic
to
over
do.
here. Oh, and also T'Challa to hold my phone.
That's it. Hold your phone.
Yeah.
Stop. Oh my God, you're so cool.
I'm a nerd.
I love it. I love it so much.
Magic.
Last call for super chats and humper chats. Greg Terry talking about our bits before, saying wearing shaving cream while reviewing a whole hour-long Joe Punk match should count towards your bits, though, Kate, since it was your idea. I commit to bits and I cause chaos for my own shows, but doing so for other people's shows, very rewarding. I gotta say.
I love being a clown. I love making people laugh, bro. I have no transferable skills besides yapping. Please laugh.
Being Cresta is there. You shouldn't need to do more than that to exist in this world.
I want to be Kim Kardashian. Before y'all say, don't say no. She gets paid to exist. I want to get paid to exist.
I can do an impression of her. That's all I
want to
got.
hear it.
You want to hear my Kim Kardashian impression?
I don't know why I said that because I don't even know what she sounds like. I don't engage in any of her content.
I literally can do an impression of her. That's literally.
Can you do the one where
so
she hits
rude.
her sister with the purse? I know that one.
Oh, I could do it if my sister was here.
Don't be rude. You're so fucking rude.
You're so rude. Literally so rude. Let's finish up the show.
Stop.
We get Nick Aldis backstage with Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed. And they try to use the War Games contract loophole to justify their presence on SmackDown. Cody interrupts and he comes in hot. I'm not going to lie. He's like, it's a little reactionary, Cody, but he interrupts. He calls out Paul Heyman and pushes for a match tonight. It's Cody and Bronson Reed for the WWE Championship. And I say this week over week, what was your main event before it got made on the show? Like,
Motor
did
City
you just
Machine
not
Guns
have a
every
main
week.
event?
Motor City Machine Guns every week. They're in the back.
That's it. But we do get our main events. I love Cody and Bronson Reed. Like, I love Bronson Reed so much. My hot take is that he's the coolest member of the Vision. Like, I love Bronson Reed. And I like the way that this match was put together because I feel like it very much plays into Cody's strengths. Like, this is what he is best at in wrestling, is telling stories like this. Because you got Bronson Reed crushing Cody with avalanches and ground and pound early in this. And you have Cody babyface rallying, striking, countering, disaster kicks. Heyman's like goading Reed along throughout this. A couple of kill shot attempts that Cody survives. And then, you're not going to believe this, but we get a DQ.
Womp, womp, womp.
And all hell breaks loose. I'm so sick of DQs and main event spots. It gets really, really tiring, especially when you do it on Mondays and Fridays. But all hell breaks loose. We did have a Survivor Series team announcement. The Usos were going to be on the good guy side in this. And they come out to help Cody, and pandemonium breaks out. I gotta say, like, I can't take a table spot seriously with these Slim Jim logos on it. Like, it's pretty brutal, to be honest. But this is perfectly fine Survivor Series building stuff. I personally am a little fatigued because you also watching AEW, we just saw this very extensive Blood and Guts build, which is essentially the same thing. So now it's just by happenstance of the schedule syncing up. It's not even WWE's fault. It's just like, we just saw these kinds of builds for weeks already. So the redundancy is a little exhausting. They will be very, very different types of matches. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But I was like, of course, that's how this ended. I knew that's how this was going to end as soon as this announcement got made. So, but well executed. Like, I can't say it wasn't well executed. That's for sure. It was just a very predictable ending to a somewhat predictable episode tonight. But I actually liked the match. I felt like before the DQ finish, both of them were in their bag as far as the things that they are best at from in-ring storytelling.
Cody's got to stop being a dumb baby face. I swear to God. I swear to God.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's a canon idiot, unfortunately.
He literally is an idiot, bro. Like, he means well, but I could yell at you with no reason. And I was like, I want a title shot, you nerd. And you're never going to tell me no. I could literally cattle prod you and win. What is happening here? That's number one. Number two, I'm tired of the DQ finishes because I know this is going to happen all the way into War Games. I know this is going to happen for the next 2 weeks on every WWE show that has War Games featured players until War Games comes along. Because instead of you letting people lose clean with no stakes, you'd rather put stakes on the matches here. Oh, this is a War Games thing, or we're going to put the title on the line so we can justify a Logan Paul. Isn't there something else to do? Like, this guy, we could have given Ilya Dragunov and Axiom an intro, but instead, you didn't even give us OTC. You didn't even give us CM Punk, who some of these guys are actually beefing with. But alas, here we are. And let's not even talk about, Drew McIntyre appearing, who I love. I love Drew, okay? I can't wait to see you in Highlander, WWE. Fly me out. I swear to God, I'll be there. I'll investigate Highlander for you. I swear. But it's like, bro, this makes no sense. You literally just got suspended. And to me, corporate Cresta, if you violate your suspension by showing up on the premises, the next thing is legal. I'm calling Smart Mark Sterling, or you're fired. What is wrong with you? No, you're not showing up for the War Games match. You were suspended. And now you want me to trust you with my workers? This is an unsafe work environment. And Drew, you've proven to be dangerous, okay? So you're actually suspended. And if I see you, you're fired. And Nick Aldis, what are you doing? Yo, nobody can control their show. Nick Aldis, you said you were going to escort Paul Heyman and Bronson Reed off the premises. And all Cody did was say, I want a match. You should have said, hell no, they're leaving actually. What? Boo!
Boo. Boo. Get control of your shows, GMs. And Tuesday, she's lost control. Everybody's losing control of the shows.
Ava lied to us. Yesterday talked about this partnership is great. And then NXT beat the crap out of Santana. So Kazarian can beat him. Yo, what's going on, GMs? It sounds like nobody got control, bro. Not even Mr. Anthony Khan has control.
No.
Cresta, what is FTR doing?
We exit this week in wrestling with more questions than answers. Oh my God, she broke her bond. Her skewer has been skewed.
It's ruthless aggression. I'm sorry.
Cresta, you make Fridays more fun. Honest to God. I'm so glad that you are here. But we are going to get the heck out of here. We got Grapsody here for you tomorrow. We've got Collision for you here tomorrow. And then, hey, it's that time. The cycle starts back up. We're on the road to Survivor Series. We're on the road to Full Gear. We're rocking and rolling. But Cresta, you got Investigations. You got your own YouTube channel. You've got your own social media. You got videos all over the place. Where can people find you?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Elias. I am not. I'm kidding. Thank you so much, guys, for always being here with us and watching this and letting us tell you our 2-cent opinions about professional wrestling. If you want more of my 2 cents that don't make a dollar, you can find me on all forms of social media at Cresta Star, CRESTA. STARR, because I'm a pirate and I stole the extra one, all across all forms of social media, except for X, where it's Cresta the Star, like Megan Thee Stallion. Investigations will be coming out next week. I have to bleep out all the swear words because I'm a pirate, hence the extra R. And Vala, thank you so much, because I am stealing it. And I'm going to revamp it to make my whole thing a Joe Mama joke. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Hopefully I can see you tomorrow over on Fight For. Myself and Iridian and Rick are going to go over all things AEW Collision. Your butt looks nice. I hope you find $20 on the floor. Kate, where can the people find you?
Well, now I'm going to be looking on the floor for $20 because that's how that goes. I hope so too. You can catch me at Miss Kayfabe on social media. I am off Mondays and Wednesdays right now as I'm working through some health stuff, but Tuesdays on the NXT post show as well, and every Friday right here. We will be on Fightful Select, me and Alex Pulowski for Survivor Series, and who knows, maybe enough of you typed the word bits in the chat that it'll be Cresta and Jeremy on the main, but stay tuned for announcements about that. You're getting proposed to in the chat.
My dowry is $4,444. Just saying.
That's it. I might marry you for that shit. So we're going to get out of here. Have a safe and wonderful wrestling weekend. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. Be well, stay warm. We'll see you next